The Hiberno-Normans are those Normans who settled in Ireland after the Norman conquest of Ireland in 1169 and who remained a distinct community until their eclipse in the early 17th century following the Tudor conquest of Ireland. The term embraces both their origins as a distinct community with their own dialect of Norman French and their development in Ireland. The Clan Burke, FitzGeralds, Butlers and Berminghams are notable families among them. The Hiberno-Normans often admitted little if any real fealty to the Anglo-Norman settlers in England, and soon began to interact and intermarry with the Gaelic nobility of Ireland, especially outside the zone of English control known as the Pale. This process of Gaelicization became known as the Hiberno-Normans, becoming more Irish than the Irish themselves. By the late 16th century, the Hiberno-Normans began to be referred to as the Old English in the Irish language, while they were known as the Gael or foreigners. People born in England were called Sassoni or Saxons, and there was a clear distinction made between Gael and Sassoni in the Irish annals. Hiberno-Norman surnames. The following is a list of Hiberno-Norman surnames, many of them unique to Ireland. For example, the prefix Fitz, meaning son of, in surnames like FitzGerald appears most frequently in Hiberno-Norman surnames. However, very few names with the prefix Fitz sound Norman but are actually of native Gaelic origin, most notably Fitzpatrick and Fitzdermot. Hiberno-Norman texts. The Annals of Ireland make a distinction made between Gael and Sassoni. The former were split into Fiomgael and Dubhael, depending upon how much the poet wished to flatter his patron. There are a number of texts in Hiberno-Norman French, most of them administrative illegal, although there are few literary works as well. There is a large amount of parliamentary legislation, including the famous Statute of Kilkenny and municipal documents. The major literary text is the Song of Dermot and the Earl, a chanson de gester of 3,458 lines of verse concerning Dermot MacMurrough and Richard de Clare, 2nd Earl of Pembroke. Other texts include the Walling of New Ross, composed about 1275, and early 14th century poems about the customs of Waterford.